Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, TNB More Diamond Dolls. My name is Tanae, but you simply just call me T. So I was actually supposed to unbox this doll on November 2nd, and I didn't get a chance to because one of my aunts had suddenly passed away. That's why I've been gone for over a week. So our family was dealing with that. It was very hard. Um because she was so young. She had a brief illness. No one knew she was sick. All I know is like it was just like the one day they said, oh, she was like very ill, and then she just like my mom called me and was like, oh, she passed away. So it was very devastating. So it just been a lot. And then one of my other aunts, she had like a very tragic accident, and it's just been so much. Um, she's still in the hospital. She's not out in the woods, but you know, as a family again, we're dealing with that. But today, I decided to unbox Esperanza. She's an our generation doll. Of course, it doesn't say limited edition on our box, but I'm pretty sure she's limited edition. Uh, edition. Edition. I'm just stuttering. I purchased her from Target last year. I was supposed to unbox her on November 2nd this year for the Day of the Dead, but I didn't get a chance to because of what's going on in my family. I first saw her on the Our Generation website. It was a dot. So when you purchase, not purchase. Oh my goodness, when you on the Our Generation website, like they show you the dolls, but you can't purchase directly from them. So they have like the links like to the Target. So I was like, oh, she's beautiful. So I hit the link and she, it took me to Target and she was unavailable. So I was like, I knew she was gonna be sold out. So I didn't think anything of it. And then one day I was in Target and I wasn't even looking to buy dolls. I was just like in there and my eyes fell on her. Like I had to do a double take. Like I could not believe what I saw. So I snatched her up and I purchased her with the intentions on, I was gonna have like a do like a whole video like how I did on Halloween, like decorate, have it all nice, and I just didn't get a chance to. But I am gonna unbox her today. I'm super excited about unboxing her. I think that she is so pretty, and I want to show the back of her box, and then I'm going to get her out of the box. So I will be right back. So right here is the back of the box. And like I said, I had this box for a year, so it's a little bit beat up. So please excuse the box ahead of time. Alright, so when I say I have been getting ready for this video, um, to make sure that I'm pronouncing everything right, and if I pronounce anything wrong, I apologize in advance. Our generation doll, Esperanza, embraces the beautiful traditions of Dia de los Muertos, known as Day of the Dead. This holiday originated in Mexico and is now celebrated every year around the world. On November 1st and 2nd, families commemorate lost relatives and loved ones, remembering them through music, food, and traditions. People of all ages, including kids, wear bright outfits with flower crowns and create altars in their homes called ofrendas, filled with items such as photos and sugar skull treats. They also paint their faces in calavera skull makeup inspired by La Catrina, an iconic symbol in Mexican culture that reminds us how Dia de los Muertos is a time to honor family, life, and happy memories. And so, right here on the bottom is to celebrate the annual festival of remembrance. Includes one doll with pierced ears, one headband, one pair of earrings, one shawl, one dress, one pair of undies, and one pair of shoes. And if you look closely, you can see um, my decorations. Alright, so I'm going to get Esperanza out of the box, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's Esperanza in her beautiful sugar skull makeup or calavera. And her shawl. It is zip tied to her dress, and I have no reason to remove it, so I'm going to leave it on here. I'm not going to cut the zip ties because it's going to be falling off, getting lost, and everything, things like that. And here's her dress, and this is underneath, and then she has on these beautiful shoes. I think they're so cute. And her shoes are taped on. I am going to cut that off. But not right now. So here she is. And her ears are pierced. Very, very beautiful. Because if I had it my way, I would get all of my dolls ear pierced. My boys too. But I probably, like with boys, I don't know if boys still wear, I know I see them wear 2 earrings. But do boys still wear one? Because I know when I was younger and the boys, they had their ear pierced, they used to just wear one. And it still looks cute. So I'm going to get my boys' ear pierced. But I might get both their ears pierced. Alright, so here she is. Here's her hair. It's all, her hairband is tied to her hair. I'm going to leave that in. Oh, shit. I'm going to remove those rubber bands. Show her hair, but it's pretty. And here's the back of her dress, so the decoration does not go all the way around. And the material is a little cheap, and I made a mistake, and of course I scratched it, but it is all good. She is not walking the runway. She's just gonna be displayed, and that scratch is not gonna bother me because it's in the bag. All right, so I'm going to take those rubber bands out of her hair, and I'll be right back. So here's the back of Esperanza's hair. So I was going to take her little updo out, and I decided not to. Because if I take those rubber bands out, her little braids are going to come out. And I have no reason to bother her. I have no reason to change her clothes other than if, let's say if I do a video next year for the Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos, I want to see if I can find like another dress for her and like change her, but I don't have any reason to bother her hair, so I'm gonna leave her alone. Alright, so I'm gonna turn her around and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's Esperanza out of the box, and I think that she is so pretty. I love her makeup, her sugar skull makeup or calavera. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I did sit and get a chance to educate myself on the Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos, and I knew like a little bit about it, but to really sit down and study and look up videos and I had some books. I was looking through books and everything to really educate myself on the holiday, and it's so very interesting, and I love every bit of it. I just love it. It's so beautiful because the thing about death is like it's scary, it's sad, but you know, with the Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos, like it's a celebration, and you know it doesn't make it so. It's still sad, but you know it take away some of the sadness of really missing somebody. And you know to talk about this, with my family experiencing um our recent loss, and it's coming um from in the same year that my grandmother passed away. She passed away earlier this year in January, and no one had any idea that later in the year that my aunt, which is my grandmother's oldest daughter, would pass away, and my grandmother's sister passed away as well. So it's just it's been very hard this year because all three of them passed away, and it was so unexpected, especially my aunt, because like she was young, and it's been very hard. So I want to read to you guys what I looked up without diving too much into it. I don't want the video to be too long because I could have went on and on and on because it's so interesting. The history of dead De Los Muertos is so interesting and it's beautiful. So her face is painted in a calavera or sugar skull look. It is a way to celebrate and honor the deceased loved ones, symbolizing that everyone is the same in death and should not fear death. The skull design is a positive symbol representing both life and death, and is meant to be festive, not frightening. It serves as a reminder that all people are equal in death, regardless of their social status. Okay? The white base signifies purity and represents the spirit and hope for the deceased. The colors used have vibrancy and meaning. Red is a representation of blood, life, and passion. Yellow symbolizes the sun, and marigold flowers are often used in celebrations. Pink represents happiness and celebration. Purple symbolizes mourning, grief, and suffering. Flowers and floral and jewel details, rather, are intricate designs. Like flowers, swirls, jewels are added to embellish the skull and represent the sweetness of life and the beauty of memory, often to honor a loved one's passion or memory. The Katrina skull makeup in Dia de los Muertos is not scary or terrifying. It simply celebrates the present moment as a symbol of life and death. I think that's so beautiful. And I have some other things that they rate. I apologize if I make a lot of noise. Let's see what I have. So what I did find out that the celebration of Dia de los Muertos is broken is actually because we call it the Day of the Dead, but it's actually 2 days. Okay, so I'm gonna just read what I wrote. So Dia de los Muertos, grief and joy come together. Death can be very hard to deal with. In English, it's called the Day of the Dead, but it's not celebrated just one day. It's actually 2 days, starting November 1st and ending November 2nd. Now, what I didn't know was November 1st is known as Dia de los Angelitos, or Day of the Little Angels. So families set up ofrendas or altars with the child's favorite toys, food, snacks, candles, flowers, and their picture to welcome their spirits. Grave sites are decorated with white flowers and candles. The children's spirit returns to be with their family for 24 hours. Okay? The celebration continues November 2nd, celebrating and honoring the adults. Dia de los Defuntos. Ofrendas are made much larger for the adults, including food, drinks, marigolds, pictures, and personal belongings of the adults. People also visit the gravesite, cleaning and decorating the gravesite. They decorate with marigolds, candles, and personal mementos. Both days are filled with music, dancing, and storytelling to celebrate the lives of loved ones. I did watch the movie Coco, and tonight, directly after I'm finished making this video and editing, I'm going to watch The Book of Life. And I really wish that I could include everything that I um, read about this beautiful holiday, the beautiful celebration of life, especially coming from my family experiencing death recently, and what makes this thing so hard to do is November 2nd is actually my aunt that just passed away. It was her birthday. She passed away a few days before her birthday, and it was just hard. Okay, um, so here is Esperanza in all her beauty. I actually had a sugar skull, and like I was supposed to hang it up behind her. I cannot find it. I did purchase it like about like 2 weeks ago because I knew I was going to do this video, and I purchased it, and then with the everything going on, when I misplaced it, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just do this video, and if I find it, I'll just find it. Okay. Let me see. What else did I want to say? So tell me what you think about Esperanza. I think that she is so pretty. I can't get over her makeup. It's very beautiful, if I say so myself. So like I said, welcome to my channel. Welcome to all of my subscribers. Welcome if you're just watching and you're not a subscriber. I appreciate everybody. I love everybody. Please hug your loved ones, because life is just so short, and you just never know when things are going to happen. You just don't. And then, you know, the last time I saw my aunt was my grandmother's at my grandmother's funeral, because my aunt, she does live out of town. She lived out of town. She lived in Kentucky, so she lived far. And when my grandmother passed away, she and my cousins, they flew up, and her husband, they flew up, you know, to come to the funeral. And had I known that was the last time I was going to see my aunt, I would have hugged her much longer. You know. All right. So, let's see. So that's all I have for today. I really appreciate you for watching this video. You could have been anywhere else doing something else, but you tuned into me, and I feel really, really blessed, and I appreciate you. Like I mentioned earlier, welcome to all of my subscribers. And if you aren't a subscriber but you are watching, thank you. On your way out, if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you want to see more content, please subscribe. If nobody told you today, I'm going to tell you. You matter, you're important, you're appreciated, and I love you. You are truly loved. And what I say is real and it's genuine, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. See you next time in the next episode.